You have to meet people to get what you want. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Precious Matthias and I am a content creator and an international student based in Canada. Today we are going to be talking about the things that you need to know before coming to Canada. I had a few people ask me in my DMs like what do they need to expect, what do they need to have in mind before they decide to relocate to Canada. And here I have up to 7 to 10 things you need to know before coming to Canada. So without wasting much time, let's get into the video. The first thing we're going to talk about is the cost of living in Canada. So Canada uses Canadian dollars and not US dollars, which I've noticed that a lot of people misplace each other for. Before you come to Canada, you should save up a lot of money. I'd strongly advise that you save up a lot of money that you need for your accommodation, for your feeding, for different bills that you would have to pay here in Canada. The cost of living in Canada is pretty high. Feeding here is not cheap. Groceries are very expensive. The rent, oh my god, the rent is very expensive, that you would get a single bedroom for $800 to $1,000 in a shared apartment. And note that these bills are paid monthly in Canada. You need to save up enough money to take care of you for 6 months to 1 year. Still on this money talk, another thing, people get shocked when they come here and realize, like I got shocked when I came and realized that they pay taxes for everything. It's not enough that the things we are paying for is expensive. We need to pay taxes for everything. And mind you, these taxes are not cheap. One thing I realized is there are very few places that do not take tax. Most of these places are not-for-profit organizations. For instance, I've gone to shop from a thrift store, Mission Thrift, and I realized that they do not take taxes. You pay exactly the amount of the things that you've bought in that store. But note that 98% of stores, restaurants, eateries, everything here in Canada has taxes in them. I spoke about how you need to save enough money before you come to Canada, and this is going to take me to my second point, which is the job market. Before I came in, I was told, oh, there are jobs in Canada. Oh, there are jobs in Canada. And I came in and I was jobless. People coming here with the idea that they are going to get a job immediately in the next 1 week, in the next 2 weeks, in the next 1 month, I'm going to get a job. And I'm here to tell you that yes, things might be different for you, but don't come with the idea that you're going to get a job immediately. People want to hire people with enough Canadian experiences. And you coming into Canada as a new person, you do not have enough Canadian experience. If you like have 10 years experience, 20 years experience, 30 years experience, if you do not have a Canadian experience, there are low chances of you getting a job. I mean, you can't get a job, but note that it differs. Generally, they all need their applicants to have Canadian experiences. So when you come into Canada, you should expect that you'd probably not have a job in like 3 months, 4 months. Just expect. But when you come in, make sure that you're searching for jobs like back to back to back. You're making applications, you're training your resumes, you're applying like everywhere. But just know that you might not get that job as quick as you want it. One of the main ways of getting a job in Canada is through referrals. In Nigeria, we call it connection. It is not a compulsory criteria, don't get me wrong, but it is up there. You need to be referred by an employee in that particular organization or in that particular place that you're trying to apply to. If you know that you're someone that doesn't really know how to connect with people, doesn't know how to make acquaintances, doesn't know how to talk or have good conversations, hold good friendships with people, you need to learn. You need to start now to learn before you come to this place, because you have to meet people to get what you want. You have to talk to people to get what you want, and you need referrals to get a job. Networking can simply be meeting someone like in school or in a church or in a cafe or in a restaurant, anywhere, in a bus stop. You can meet someone and just connect with someone automatically, and you guys talk about things, and you realize that most of the information that you're looking for, this person actually has that to give. Every single time there are different rules, there are different policies, there are different laws that have been set, and majority of the time you're not exposed to knowing about these laws. When you actually have people that is when you'll be able to get it, because no matter how you're on your phone 247, you cannot get every single information on the internet. Most times you can, but you do need people to tell you what's happening currently. The first thing we're going to talk about is IDs. Your ID can be your international passport or your Canadian passport, but you coming in, that means you're an international presence, so it's your international passport. Your driver's license, your photo card. There are different forms of ID, but these three are the most important form of ID. When you come into Canada, for sure you already have your international license, but you do need to get your driver's license. Whether you plan on getting a car or not, get your license. In Canada, everywhere you go to or everything you need to do most of the time requires an ID. So in order to save the stress of carrying your passport around, you need to get like a driver's license or you get a photo card. You can only apply for them when you get into Canada. Now for your driver's license, I'd advise you to get a driver's license from your home country. That doesn't mean that when you come here, you're not going to get a license, no. The only thing is that the process is going to be shortened and a lot easier, a lot cheaper for you to get. So there are 3 stages or 3 different types of driver's license in Canada, which is the G1, the G2 and the G. If you have a driver's license from your home country, you just need to get your G1 license. You can skip the G2 license and then you get your G license. But if you do not have a driver's license from your home country, you're definitely going to go through the process of your G1 license, your G2 license and your G. So if you know that you're of age to get a driver's license in your home country, do get a driver's license before coming to Canada. Our 5th point today is going to be about transportation. There are buses, there are trains, there are the trams, or they call it the streetcars. There are ride shares, there are Uber, Lyft, whatnot. Most of the times, distance varies depending on the mode of transportation. If you have a private car or a personal car, or you want to take an Uber, it will probably take you like, let's say, 9 minutes to get to a particular place. But if you want to take the bus, you'd probably spend like 30 minutes to 1 hour depending on the bus number, the bus route to get to that particular place. Before you come into Canada, just know that having a car is actually very important. You mustn't get it immediately you come, but you should have at the back of your mind that you'd probably need a car. Needing a car is not just for transportation alone. Most jobs require you to have a car, especially in the healthcare system. Majority of them requires you to have a car, to have a G license before they actually give you a job. Still on transportation, one thing that I didn't know immediately I came here was rideshare. I took an Uber or a Lyft all the way from Toronto to Kitchener, and that cost me a whole lot of money. At that time, I didn't know there was anything called rideshare. Here in Canada, you can actually share rides without paying the full amount for that particular ride. I really wish I knew about this before spending the amount of money I spent on these apps. But now you know, there is something called rideshare. Make good use of it. The 6th thing we're going to talk about today, which is a very sensitive topic, is healthcare in Canada. Before I left Nigeria, I made little researches, even though they were not enough, but I thought that the healthcare was free for everybody. I'm coming here and making better researches. I realized that that is not true. It depends on how you are coming in as. If you're coming in as an international student, you do not have the provincial health card. What you'll be given is your international health insurance. Just so you know, your international health insurance doesn't have full coverage to all medical services that Canada has to provide. The people with access to full medical services are mostly the citizens or permanent residents. But as an international student, you do get a health insurance, but it doesn't have full coverage. In the Canadian healthcare system, they practice what they call triage. So you can't go to a hospital with just a headache and expect that they are going to treat your headache immediately. My dear, you're going to wait till they are done with the people that came with broken legs, they're done with the people that have severe cases. There's a very least chance that they're going to attend to you. Like, why do you have a headache and you're going to the hospital? They have the walk-in clinic and they have the family health care. They always advise that if you have minor health issues, that you should consult your family doctor or go to a walk-in clinic first before going to an emergency department or the hospitals as a whole. This advice is given just so you don't have to go there and spend a lot of time waiting to get attended to. Now, our seventh topic is the weather in Canada. The weather in Canada is no joke. It's either too hot or it is too cold. I personally do not like the cold, so getting used to the cold in Canada is a big deal. It is still a big deal for me because when winter comes, I'm gonna cry. So Canada has 4 seasons: the spring, the summer, the fall or autumn, and winter. During spring, it's cold but not too cold. Summer is way too hot. In fall, this is like gradually coming up from the season of summer and gradually going into the season of winter. So definitely it's going to be cold. Before you come to Canada, you should know the particular time that you're coming into Canada and shop outfits or get outfits based on the particular season. You cannot come into Canada during winter and come with summer clothes. You have to really come with winter wears because the cold here can be extreme and you need to protect yourself from this cold. So know the season that you're coming in and get wears for that particular season. Even if you're coming in during summer, please just get your winter wears and keep it in your bag because winter wears here can be expensive, very expensive. Our 8th point for today is the holiday time. The holidays are like long holidays, like public holidays, short breaks, and all of that stuff. During these holidays, majority of places in Canada in that particular province shuts down. Eateries, restaurants, stores, malls, everything will be closed. So make sure that you're informed prior to the holiday and stock up before then. The 9th point that we need to address is the languages in Canada. Canada is a bilingual country. They speak both languages, English and French. Most provinces speak more of French than English, and most provinces speak more of English than French. Canada is a very diverse country. There are a lot of people from different parts of the world in Canada. Our 10th and underrated point for the day is emotional management. This is something that is always so overlooked. Emotional management is simply knowing your emotions, knowing your triggers, knowing how you react when triggered, and knowing how to manage your emotions at a particular situation. This is not a place where you get angry all the time because people are going to piss you off. People are going to make you mad, and they can do that smiling at you. So if you're not able to manage your emotions, you're going to be at the bad side basically. So in conclusion, before coming to Canada, please make your research. Speak to people, get information from people, and confirm those information by making researches. Canada is a nice place to live in, trust me. But if you do not know the things going on here, it can be frustrating for you. But now that you know, you're going to be at an advantage. I appreciate you all for watching this far, and if you're a new subscriber, please do not make it your last. Subscribe to my channel to get more information on living here in Canada. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment. If you have questions, I'm always open to answering every question. Altogether, thank you guys for watching this far, and I'll see you guys in my next video.